Nothing says, honey, I'm home, like a stick of dynamite.
Serious Sam 3 BFE is an old-school game made in modern time. Is this the worst entry in the series or one of the best? Stick with this review to find out.
Yeah, I'd be mad too if I couldn't see my own junk.
Serious Sam 3 BFE came out a few years ago, but I've never come around to play it until now. And honestly, I'm glad that I did. I've always loved the Serious Sam franchise, and I've finished the first and second encounter as well as Serious Sam 2. Serious Sam is an old school shooter with tons of enemies on screen waiting for you to put some lead in them while you circle, strafe and dodge jump. Its gameplay is mostly that, shooting tons of alien enemies while avoiding their attacks. Serious Sam 3 BFE continues that, but it has some problems. The formula itself is awesome in its simplicity. Serious Sam 3 is at its best when it gives you plenty of open space and tons of enemies for you to mow down. Honestly, it never gets old, but that's the problem with this game. Previous games were all about that, and they were fucking awesome. While you do get to do that in this game as well, it takes too long for the game to open up. The first few levels in Cairo are extremely small and cramped, and it just feels off and boring. And there's a lack of ammo in those first few levels, which should never be a case in a Serious Sam game. After that, the game finally opens up and then it becomes awesome. But getting to that point is a serious chore, no pun intended. Also, there are a few underground levels that honestly don't belong here. There's a serious lack of vision in these levels and it's way too dark. Also, another big problem with this game is reloading. It's especially annoying on a machine gun, which is a gun that you'll use often, and this being an old school shooter and a Serious Sam game just doesn't have a place here. In terms of enemies, all the standard enemies from the previous Serious Sam games are back, and they're all awesome. My favorite enemy is of course the beheaded kamikaze. I mean, it's just brilliant, and I'm guessing a lot of people love this enemy as well. There are clears, bulls, all types of arcanoids, scorpions, bulls, standard grunts, mechanoids, special brute type enemies and plenty more. By the end of the game you'll learn to despise the clears. It's a skeleton type enemy seen in previous entries in the series, and by itself it's not a hard enemy to kill. But rarely do they come in small numbers. It's very easy to get overwhelmed by them. The enemies that I dislike are the hit scan enemies, scorpions to be precise. I'm all for getting my ass wrecked by enemies that shoot projectiles, but when a hit scan enemy kills you, it's not really fair. And not helping their case is the fact that they're precise as shit, meaning that they can shoot the shit out of you from a distance. Not cool. There's a great selection of weapons in this game, mostly all seen in previous games with some newcomers. Being an old school shooter, you can also carry all of your weapons with you, of course. Serious Sam 3 BFE has some serious pacing issues, but like I said, when the game finally opens up and lets you wreak havoc, it's fucking brilliant. Not even Doom 2016 can match this, especially not in terms of scale. There's so much enemies on screen at one time, and you just can't help but to be fascinated by that. I have to mention the last level. The last level is just one huge path down a canyon. The game throws insane numbers of enemies at you, and it's one wave after another. That's fine, but when that canyon is over 2 hours long, it becomes a fucking chore. It's fucking relentless. Story-wise, well, it's a Serious Sam game. Serious Sam 3 BFE is actually a prequel, and it depicts events before the first and second encounter on Earth. I mean, the game's main character is called Sam Serious Stone, and the game's main villain is Mental. So the story is there, but it's ridiculous and honestly it all fits. Serious Sam doesn't need a story. What you need is lead and some alien motherfuckers to put that lead into them. Sam's one-liners are still present in this game, and they're ridiculous and fun as they have ever been. It's toilet humor, but I fucking love it. Graphically speaking, Serious Sam 3 BFE is impressive. The game looks sharp and detailed. It's even more impressive considering how much explosions and enemies are on screen at one time. I've managed to play it on 4K resolution with everything on Ultra on a Radeon RX 580 card with 4 gigs of GDDR5. It's not a demanding game, and it's a game from 2011. Serious Sam 3 BFE is a great game with some faults and shortcomings, but the roughly 12-hour journey is filled with tons of great action and it's a blast to play. If I had to give a score to this game, I'd give it 7.2 out of 10.